What's going on, everyone? This is McGoldrick and today I've actually got something different. I've decided to make a video on 10 things or facts you didn't know about Dragon Ball Z. Now, before I read up on these, I actually didn't even know them myself, so a lot of you will only know maybe a few of these things, or maybe you won't know any of these facts at all about Dragon Ball Z, and it's pretty gobsmacking, to be honest. But also stay tuned throughout the video, because the last one will be pretty much a mind fuck, because it really did get me. It took a lot of thinking, and when I actually thought of it, it actually is the truth. But anyway, let's get straight into it. So the first fact is that Goku in Dragon Ball never actually came face to face with Dr. Gero. In fact, he was never mentioned until Dragon Ball Z. Now, people that probably watched the Dragon Ball Z series thought that Dr. Gero, that was someone from Dragon Ball, but in fact if you watched both series, he wasn't actually in Dragon Ball, and he never came face to face with him, so that's a pretty cool fact. Another fact is that Bulma went through 17 hairstyles throughout the Dragon Ball Z series. Now, I knew that she changed her hairstyle quite a bit, but I never actually took into account how many times. When you actually hear it as a figure, you're like, wow, I didn't actually know that she changed it that much. I never really passed much remarks or noticed. So let's move on to the next fact, which is that King Kai's pet monkey, Bubbles, was actually a reference from Akira Toriyama to Michael Jackson's pet monkey, who was also named Bubbles. I didn't actually think that Akira Toriyama would have known that much about Michael Jackson, since he's Akira Toriyama's Japanese and all that, but yeah, he must have been a fan. So, moving on to the next fact, which is technically Gohan defeated Vegeta in the first battle between Goku and Vegeta. If you think about it, Gohan falls onto Vegeta while reverting from his great ape form, nearly killing the Saiyan Prince, so technically it was Gohan who defeated Vegeta in the first battle, although a lot of people would say, Goku beat Vegeta in the first battle, and it's technically not true, so never really would have thought of that either. So technically. The next fact is Akira Toriyama stated that his favourite character was actually Piccolo. Now, to be honest, I would have thought it would have been one of the main characters like Vegeta, or Goku. If you think about it, Piccolo isn't really many people's favourite character, but it is strange to hear that the creator himself is a fan of Piccolo rather than some of the main characters. The next fact is actually quite funny, because it's kind of reminiscent of Akira Toriyama's forgetting nature, and that is that he actually stated that Launch did not appear in the manga or the rest of the series after the Piccolo Jr. saga, because he actually forgot that she existed, which actually brings me straight on to the next fact, and that is that Akira Toriyama actually thought Super Saiyan 3 was Super Saiyan 2 prior to the Battle of Gods movie, so that's actually a quite recent fact, and you probably might have heard of that if you're a fan of Battle of Gods and followed up on the news and that he actually forgot about one of the transformations. Alright, so speaking of Battle of Gods, we have another fact which is to do with Beerus and King Kai, and that is how King Kai's planet actually got blown up. Akira Toriyama revealed recently that Beerus and King Kai were playing a video game, and King Kai obviously beat Beerus, and Beerus got really angry, and that's how his planet got blown up. And he actually would have had a huge planet, just like the other Kais, the Supreme Kai. He would have had a planet that size, only that Beerus blew it up, and he was only able to get a small segment of his planet, which is his current planet, and which is actually tiny. Alright, so down to the last two, and we are just edging that big one with the ninth fact, which is the popular meme, it's over 9,000, was actually a dubbing mistake. It was originally over 8,000, but the Ocean dub accidentally said over 9,000. Even now Funimation uses the over 9,000 version, so actually in Japanese it would have been over 8,000, but Ocean dub, which was the dub before Funimation, made a mistake and translated it to over 9,000. So really we should be saying over 8,000 instead of over 9,000. And finally, the big one. Now I couldn't believe this when I heard it, and that is that Piccolo is actually only 4 years older than Gohan. Just take a minute to register that Piccolo is only 4 years older than Gohan. And this comes about because Namekians grow and age much faster than humans or Saiyans, seeing as how Piccolo was already nearly a full grown at the age of 3. Now if you take time to look at each episode and examine that really carefully, you will see how Piccolo is only 4 years older than Gohan. I actually had to go examining that, and when I actually did look at it, it was actually true. And it's the fact that Piccolo grows up so quick that you don't realise the gap between him and Gohan. Because Piccolo is fully grown when Gohan's just maybe a few years old. You don't really take into account the age gap. That's all I really have for this video. Subscribe for more Dragon Ball Z videos like this, and thanks for watching.